So you know what? Let's start on the back. Connecting with our breath on the back. And if you want to kind of feel into that low back, even as we start, maybe just hug the knees in. And if you want, you can interlace the hands or just rest the hands below the knees on the shins. But try to make it a little bit effortless. And that'll kind of get some circulation on that low back, and you can like rock side to side. But connect with the breath as you do, meaning just bring awareness to the breath, maybe as you gently rock side to side. Or you can always bring the legs long or the feet mat distance apart, where the knees come together. So whatever supports you in connecting with the breath, we're just going to arrive here together. Letting our space be filled with the laughter and love of friendship and community. And allowing the breath to support us in dropping into the space. And by that, I mean, perhaps we notice a sound in the room. We can name it. And then let's come to our breath. Maybe we notice a smell or a temperature in the room. We bring our awareness to our breath. With our awareness on our breath, we'd be noticing the physical rise and fall of the stomach or the chest. Maybe we notice as it enters through the nose and fills the throat. And bringing our entire concentration to our breath. Now beginning to bring our awareness beyond the breath, maybe back to a sound in the room. Maybe a sound outside the room. Maybe the temperature of the room. And now bring our awareness back to our breath in the body. And this can be our practice today. Perhaps just like the word practice means, we practice for game day, like in sports, or we practice doing this or that for a final product or a show. Today we're practicing coming back to the breath for those times when we might feel anxious when we're not lying on our mat or standing on our mat. We start to feel flustered or rushed, we can bring yourself back to the breath. It might not change the deadline, but it might give us a little bit of calm. So we'll practice that today. On your back, let's extend our left leg long. Hug the right knee into the chest. And maybe you want to bring that left foot to the floor. So the right knee is hugged in, the left foot can be on the ground, or you can play around and see if you want the left leg long. But with that right knee hugged in, let the right knee drop out to the side. And then away from the body, and then maybe over towards the left a little and back towards the chest. And just rolling the knee, or kind of moving the knee in a circle. Can we get some circulation on the right side of the body? Maybe we exhale as the knee draws in. Inhale as it goes to the side and out. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, it goes out and away. Exhale, draw it in. Now inhale, it's out and away. Extend the right leg to the sky. Point the toe. Exhale, flex. Point and flex. Last time, point, inhale. Flex, exhale. Now bring the right knee into the chest and the foot down to the ground. Extend the left leg long. Let the right knee fall out to the side so the legs might look like a reclined tree. Let the left leg fall wherever it falls. The right knee can be as close or far away from the ground as is natural. Maybe feel that hip open. That hip flexor might be opening a little, which also supports the low back in relaxing. Exhale, draw the right knee to the sky. Right foot comes down, extend the right leg. Now hug the left knee in. And when that left knee is hugged in, decide where you want that right leg. If you want it long or if you want the foot bent. And now breathe in, connecting with that breath again, if it might have kind of escaped us in that movement. And then we'll inhale, the knee comes to the side and across away. Exhale, draw the knee in. And inhale as it goes to the side and across, away, draw it in. So making these circles with the knee. And one more time around the circle. And then with that knee away from the body, find that right foot either on the floor again or long, and the left leg comes to sky. And now we'll inhale, point, exhale, flex. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Nice job. Inhale, point the foot. Now exhale, flex. And now bring the right leg long and the left foot comes to the ground. Drop that left knee out. Here's our reclined tree. Maybe this time we bring the arms up overhead and just let the backs of the hands come to the earth. Let's feel ourselves long and connected. Breathing in and out in our reclined tree with arms overhead. One more breath in. Now exhale, extend the left leg long. Let's roll over onto the right side or the left side. You know what, let's go on the right side so we're all on the same page. So rolling over to the right. The left knee kind of comes across the body, so that left knee might be in line with the hip. The leg is bent. Now bend that right leg so the heel comes towards the glute. Now maybe you stay here. Maybe that left hand can come behind us, grab that right foot, and then with the left hand holding the right foot, maybe we pull that foot back so that right front of the body opens a little more. Just kind of opening that right hip, that right front of the leg. Now exhale, let go of the foot with the hand if you had it in the hand. Bring the right leg long. Bring the left leg on top of the right leg. Now let's roll over onto the left side. And now the right leg comes across the body, kind of like we do when we twist. The right knee is down. And now bring that left foot towards the glute. The right hand comes behind, finds that left foot. And we can kind of pull that left leg back with the foot, opening up the front of the left leg, that hip flexor. If you can't reach the foot with the hand, you can always use a strap or not even reach the foot, just draw that left foot back on its own. Now exhale, straighten the left leg, bring the right leg on top of the left, and let's roll onto our stomachs. So the front of the body is on the ground, maybe the hands stack on top of each other. We bring the forehead to the backs of the hands and kind of shimmy those hips, lengthen the legs. Rest the forehead on the hands just for a little stomach lay. We'll breathe in and out. And now exhale, lift the head off the hands, bring the elbows kind of under the shoulders and then forward. So we're barely in a little back bend. The heart is just lifted off the ground. We're not compressing the low spine too much. We're just using the arms to kind of lift the heart. The elbows rest. Now bring the right foot to the sky and then the left. You can maybe lift the thighs up and lengthen through the hip socket to make the legs a little longer and the torso longer, if that makes sense. And then drop the knees out, or the feet out to the side, and then over to the other side. Just kind of getting some movement in the hips. And you can always lower down onto the chest, onto the back of the hands and rest. You can do it that way too. Just rocking the feet side to side. Breathing in and out. Now let's bring the feet to the middle, extend the legs nice and long, bring the hands under the shoulders, let's press it up, and then find a tabletop, and maybe we bring a blanket underneath our knees for a little padding, because we might find that it's going to serve us well today to have a little cushion under our knees, because we'll pause here in our tabletop, and we're just going to breathe as we feel kind of a neutral spine. And then breathing in and out, feeling ourselves on our knees and on our hands. Let's bend the elbows, maybe the elbows come out, and then we'll straighten the arms. And bending the elbows. Noticing as we bend, our heart kind of lowers, and then we'll straighten the arms. Maybe we wiggle the hips with the arms straight, offering a little sway side to side. And as we do that, we notice we might round the back just a little, so then let's slowly round as we bring the knees side to side, or the hips side to side. And now from here, bring the hips to the middle. Let's walk our hands out far, 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 finding our Anahatasana puppy pose. Melting our heart down towards the earth. Our heart chakra, that center of unconditional love and self-acceptance. Accepting ourselves just as we are. And now bringing our awareness to our breath. Letting the forearms sink down if that feels good, or we can press the hands and the palms down, lifting the forearms off the earth, maybe going back and forth and noticing what feels right in our space today. When we find that, tying the breath into our awareness. Inhale, glance up with the hands, bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Wiggle back and forth. Kind of any movements that feel right. It doesn't even have to be a real yoga move. It can just be whatever move we have in our system today that's going to support us. And then we'll inhale to step the right foot forward. So the left knee is on the blanket maybe. And we'll lift up the heart and the chest. Now bring the hands to the tops, the thighs. Exhale. And kind of sink into our low lunge with knee support. And now exhale, rock forward. That right knee may be coming past the ankle. Notice the opening in the front of that left hip flexor. And now let's rock back. The front leg might come a little straight. And then we'll exhale to bend again. Maybe we sink a little lower. Maybe we stay the same, or we sink less. And then rock it back. And we'll rock forward. Maybe closing the eyes as we rock back. Exhale. Inhale, let's go forward and pause. Sigh when we get there. And now gently, if it makes sense, begin to lift the left foot off the ground so that heel comes towards that left buttermilk biscuit. Just lifting, we might begin to notice the front of that left leg stretching just a little bit. We can bring that heel up, up, up. We can stay here and have a little active stretch, or if we want, ground that right hand on the thigh. Bring the left hand back. We do find the foot in the left hand, and that left hand can kind of support the foot. Maybe we press the left foot into the hand and just feel how the body responds. Let's make sure we breathe. Sometimes when we do this, we might hold the breath. So we're practicing breathing here. Now gently, let's release the hand and the foot out of the hand. Let that foot rock down, flow down. Now exhale, bring the hips back. And then just kind of sway forward and back. It's not really a rock, it's just kind of a sway. And now maybe we bring our hands down so we can bring that right knee to meet the left. Bring our knees a little bit wider than our hips. And then we'll just kind of move the hips forward and back and side to side or sway or send them all the way forward to kind of stretch out that from the left hip again. Now exhale, bring the knees maybe under the hips. We'll step the left foot forward. And then find that spot that feels like you have a nice solid base. You kind of know where we're headed now. We're going to do the rock, and then the sway, and then the foot grab. So find that base that feels just right. Ground the hands on the thigh. Remember, those thighs are really supportive in helping us ground. So we can bring our hands there. Feel those hands on the thigh, the strength in the thighs. And now we just rock forward, feeling a stretch in that right hip flexor. Exhale, go back. Come forward, maybe we inhale. We can rock back. Do that one more time. Let's rock forward. Let's pause and hold. Kind of surrendering here. Exhale to bring the hips back. Ground the left foot. And now bring that right heel towards the glute. You can keep the hands on the thighs and that right foot pulling towards, that heel towards the seat, or bring the right hand back and let the right foot fall into the hand and then press the foot into the hand. Let's breathe in and out. Our psoas muscle comes in the front and it goes around the back. So sometimes when we have low back pain, if we stretch out our hip flexors, it supports the low back in releasing. So now we'll release that foot, move the hand, let the foot come down. And now find the hands on the ground. And this time, instead of bringing the knee back, let's step the foot forward, coming up to standing. Inhale to rise. And then join the hands above the head. And now let's send the hips forward. We can bend the knees, kind of go forward. It might look super duper silly, but that's okay. And then we'll rise up. And then maybe we kind of make some circles with the hands above the head just by moving the hips. Let's go in one direction, and then we'll switch the other direction. Let's inhale, bring the hands just up above the head, and exhale to let the hands come down. Ground to the feet, roll the shoulders up, back and down, and we'll inhale to sweep the hands up, bend the knees, let's hinge forward, halfway. And imagine just visualizing from the base of those little cheeks that we have back there to the low back. Feel that part of the body just expanding and stretching. And then begin to slowly lower the hands down, be bending the knees a lot. And then rounding that forehead kind of towards the knees. Visualize the low back opening. Now grab opposite elbows and let's sway side to side. Maybe we notice the elbows draw closer to the ground as we sway and bend the knees. And now bend the knees, bring the elbows to the middle, and we'll rise up to stand, inhale. And then we'll exhale, bend and fold. Bend and rise, inhale. Bend and fold. Let's do this a few more times, moving with your own breath, hanging out at the bottom or hanging out at the top at any time. Maybe closing the eyes and just letting the breath move you. Maybe noticing if there's a sound to the breath. And now maybe you stay with your arms high, standing, or you can stay folded over. So whatever feels right for you, find yourself there, and let's be there 3 breaths. You can stand or you can bend, whatever feels good for you. I'm going to reset, move around wherever you're at. And now if you're lifted if you're standing, sit in your chair. If you're folded, sit back and rise up into your chair. Now let's extend our arms past our ears. And then exhale, bring the hands behind the back. Interlacing fingers, pulling those hands back. Now tuck the pelvis and see if you feel those hip flexors and tops of the legs activate. It's kind of different if you tuck that pelvis under. Now let's exhale, rise, straighten the legs. Keep the hands behind you if you can. Inhale. Exhale, bend and hinge forward, stretching those hands to the sky. Nice job. Inhale. Now exhale, bend the knees, let the arms go. They can sweep beside you, up towards the sky. Ground into the right leg, set the left foot back. Let's find crescent lunge, inhale. Exhale, sigh, let it go. Bring the hands down in front of the heart. And now let's bring the hands behind the back, pulling those hands back and down. And then exhale, bend the knee. Let's fold forward and bow over that thigh. Our practice of our breath, breathing in and out. From here, lower down that left knee. Lift the heart, lift the chest, come to the top of the left foot. The hands reach back, the shoulders float over the hips. Let's release the hands, let them be free, just fall to the side. Feel the release in the arms. Exhale, bring hands to the hips, slide the right heel forward and flex that foot towards the face. Breathe here. And now maybe bend that front knee a little bit and then fold over that extended leg, bringing the hands down on either side of the foot. And then when you get those hands as a point of contact to help us stay steady, you can straighten that leg out a little more. Opening up the back of that right leg. Breathe in and breathe out. Now inhale, lift the heart, lift the chest. Now we're going to get kind of fancy here. So let's bring our hands over to the inside of that right leg. So the hands are on the left side. Pivot the right foot down as we bring the left foot behind us. So the left knee is down, the right foot's out to the side, and then we'll inhale to rise up. So here's our gate pose. Now extend through that right foot. Extend from the knee to the hip, and then extend out the arms. From here, let's pretend that we have a big base of a snowman between our hands. And then we'll go over to the left, stretching out the right side body, holding the hands to extend. And then exhale back to the middle. Then inhale over to the right towards that extended leg. Breathe in. Exhale, bring the hands above the head. Breathe in and out. On an exhale, fold forward, bringing the hands forward. Now walk the hands far so the right foot is down, the left knee is down. Coming into a version of our heart melting pose again, Anahatasana. Now inhale. Exhale, look up at the hands. Walk the hands kind of towards the shoulders. Now bring the right hand underneath the heart. So the right hand is reaching to the left side of the body. The right leg is still out long. And then melt the heart down, bringing the left hand maybe forward and bringing the forehead to the ground. If that doesn't feel good on that right leg, bring the knee in. And then you're just on your knees with your right hand out, left arm forward. And then with the breath, allow yourself to melt into the floor, into the earth. And let's exhale to bring the arm through, bring it back forward. So the hands are side by side. Now walk the hands towards the knee. And then we'll rise up into our gate pose again. Maybe letting out a sigh. Maybe wiggling a little bit. Bring the hands down. So maybe the right hand's on the leg, the left hand to the side. Now reach the hand out to the left. And then rock. Maybe come down to the ground, that left hand on the floor or a block. And maybe lift the right leg up. From here, let's just try a couple things. Let's bring the right knee in. So maybe the knee is in line with the hip and extend it long. Maybe just tap the foot up and down, or maybe the foot is just up and long. If you want to bring some movement in, just be creative. If you bring the knee to the chest, you might feel the low back stretch. If you bring the foot up and down, you might feel a lot in the outer hip. If you extend it long, those glutes might start to fire. Get those buttermilk biscuits burning. Now let's lower down the leg wherever you've got it. And now let's press up so the arms are out like a T. Oh, you can sigh when we get there, it's a lot. Drop the hands down, and then roll the shoulders. Maybe close the eyes. Hands come to the hips, the eyes are still closed. With your eyes closed, feel into this movement as we bring the right knee to meet the left. Ground into the knees, inhale. Maybe open the eyes, come down into tabletop, and then we're gonna just come back onto our mat like we normally are in our tabletop position. And then we'll bring the left leg through, finding our half split. So bring that heel forward, and then exhale, straighten that leg, flex the foot towards the face. Let's rise up here before we fold and surrender. So finding that steady base with the heel and the knee. And then bending the knee a little bit or a lot, and then we'll exhale, fold it forward. And then imagine, the back of the glute, the base of the glute, the top of the hamstring, that low back, kind of working together to open and stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. One more inhale. Now exhale, let's bring the left hand on the inside of the left leg. Now we're gonna pivot the right foot behind us, the right knee, the left foot comes down. We walk our hands forward. Find the base in the foot and the knee, and then let's sweep the shoulders up, rising up into Parigasana. Really nice job. We'll inhale, reach the arms up. Maybe shimmy those hips, and then when you're ready, fold it forward. Exhale, bring the hands down. And then walking the hands forward. Melting the heart, Anahatasana. Pause here for as many breaths as you like, and when you're ready, bring the left hand under the heart to thread the needle. And bring that left knee in if you want, or keep the left leg long. Allow yourself to bring full awareness to the breath right here. On an exhale, bring the hand forward to meet the right. And then when you're ready, exhale to walk the hands towards the knee and bring the shoulders over the hips. And then exhale and let all that breath go. When you get that hip over the knee, inhale to bring the arms out. And then when you're ready, exhale to bring that right hand towards the earth, left hand to sky. And then here we go. We can kind of figure out, feel into if we want to stay with that leg lifted or lowered, or if we want to bring that knee into the chest, or if you want to tap it up and down. Maybe noticing the different reactions in the body and the breath. On an exhale, lower the leg. On an inhale, bring the arm up and out. Exhale to rise. Inhale, close the eyes, draw the corners of the mouth to the sky. Inhale to bring the palms above the head. Exhale to draw the hands to the heart and the knee in to meet the other knee. And we'll pause here. Exhale, sigh. On your next exhale, bring yourself to face the front of the mat. Again, bring the hands down, curl the back, feet under, the toes under. Let's find our downward facing dog. I'm going to move my blanket out of the way. Maybe you might want to do the same. And let's meet a downward facing dog. And if we notice, we can maybe bring our hands nice and wide, creating space between the upper body, the shoulder blade. Then we bring our feet wide. So we've wide-footed, wide-handed, downward-facing dog. Breathing in and out. One more breath in. Now exhale, lower down the knees. Mat distance apart come the knees. The toes may be joined together behind us. Exhale, sit back, wide-legged child's pose. Breathing in and out for a few breaths in child's pose. Maybe the hands are in front with the forearms lifted and the fingertips grip into the mat, or the palms press down, feeling an active armpit. So we've all been waiting for active armpits. Breathing in and out. Now inhale, look up at the hands. On an exhale, begin to lift the chest, bend the elbows, lift the heels towards the seat as we drop the hips and lift the heart. This is our King Cobra. So those heels might come towards the glutes. Maybe we bring the head back a lot or a little bit. Shine the heart forward and bring those heels towards those buttermilk biscuits. And then we'll exhale, go back. So the feet go down, the sits bones go back, the heart melts into the earth again. And inhale, we rock it forward. And halfway through, we exhale to drop the hips and shine the heart. Drop the head back if you want. Exhale back to our wide-legged child's pose. Inhale, floating the heart up, floating the feet up. Halfway through, we drop the hips on an exhale, lift the heart. Let's pause here and breathe through a couple rounds of breath. Just out and in. Relaxing The elbows will be bending the elbows a little bit to drop the shoulder blades. Breathe in. Exhale, back to wide-legged child's pose, and we'll pause in child's pose. Exhale. Breathing in and out. Breathing out and in. Now looking up at the hands. Exhale, rolling forward one last time. King Cobra pose. Dropping the hips, lifting the heart. And now exhale, let's bring the hips back about halfway. Now lower down the right leg and then the left leg. Now let's bring the knees to the middle. So now we're kind of in our knees, chest, chin. We don't have our chest and chin down yet, but we're ready for that. Lower down the chest and the chin. And then inhale to find your baby cobra. Maybe float the hands above the earth. Yeah. Maybe float the tops of the feet above the earth. And we're just kind of hovering here. And now press the hands down. Let the feet fall down. And then press into the earth and lift the heart. Cobra pose. And then back to downward facing dog. Curl the toes under. Lift the hips up and back. And pause. Inhale, let's roll forward, finding plank pose. And then draw that right knee towards that right wrist. The left foot can come forward towards the left wrist, or the left knee down can come into our pigeon. Kapotasana. Now, if this doesn't feel so good on the body, maybe you bring a blanket underneath that right cheek. And if you prefer, you can come down on your forearms. And now maybe you don't like being on the front of the body at all. And that's where we can come onto our back. Bring our right ankle underneath that left knee and find our reclined pigeon. So whatever feels best for you. We'll be here for 5 rounds of breath. Now, if you're on your back, extend the left leg long and then extend the right leg long to the sky so the feet are pointing towards the sky. If you're on your stomach, let's lift the heart and lift the chest. And then we'll press our hands up, curl the left toes under, and we'll find downward facing dog. Maybe it helps to stack the hips in a 3-legged downward facing dog if that feels good. And then coming into the other side, inhale, draw the left knee, just left wrist, lower the right knee down. And then find whatever variation, maybe you're on your blocks with your arms. Might have a blanket underneath your hip. Or if you're on your back, draw that right or that left ankle below that right knee. And we'll be here for about 5 breaths. Breathe in and out. Following your next exhale, if you're on your back, extend your legs to the sky. Let your legs be up the wall. If you're on your stomach, if you're on that front of the body, then exhale to bring the hands down and lift the heart. curl the toes under. You can lift back to downward facing dog. Maybe you want to stack the hips. And then lower that left foot, lower the knees, lower down onto the belly, and then roll onto your back and send your legs up the wall or up the sky. So let those legs relax as the feet just ski or rest across the sky. Begin to soften the face, maybe closing the eyes. And bend the knees whenever you're ready and extend the legs long for Shavasana. Maybe finding that blanket and cozying up underneath that blanket. Our bodies are going to cool off in our Shavasana, so that blanket is always supportive to keep us comfortable. As we sink into our Shavasana, it's allowing ourselves to relax, maybe scanning the body. Maybe moving the head from side to side. Just a gentle little massage on the back of the head. Now as you drop into your Shavasana, into your final resting pose, I want you to visualize how a warrior would be sitting if he or she were in your body. Dignified, alert, strong, silent, aware. And keeping your awareness focused on your breathing, on your relaxation. Maybe notice the stomach expanding on the in-breath and gently dropping in on the out-breath. Just being aware of the present. Time passes. People come and go. But your warrior spirit just rests. Dignified, alert, strong, silent, aware. With chaos all around, the warrior just sits. With his awareness on his breathing, the rise and fall of the belly, centered, focused, relaxed, peaceful, aware.
And now as you sit here, expanding your awareness to include your breathing as it enters through your nostrils and passes down your throat into your chest, causing the belly to rise. And then as we exhale, following the breath back out. As thoughts enter into your awareness, honoring them and bringing your awareness back to your breath. Everybody wants the warrior to do something. Get up, be like us, join the turmoil, they cry. But the warrior just sits, dignified, alert, strong, silent, aware. Always in the present, always honoring her thoughts, letting them go, and moving back to awareness, back to the experience of being alive. Not living in the fiction of the mind, not living in the depression of the past or the worry of the future. But living in the bliss of the present. Not judging, just being. Dignified, alert, strong, silent, aware. And now let's expand our awareness to include our entire body. Feeling our breath as it nourishes all our parts. Honoring our thoughts as they enter, letting them go, and moving back to awareness of our entire body. Back to awareness of the present, right here, right now. If boredom or impatience surfaces, just letting them go. And coming back to the awareness of our body. Centered, focused, relaxed, peaceful, aware. Allowing the body to take care of itself as it has done for so long. allowing the body to heal itself, allowing the body to just be. Without stress, without anger, without fear, only with peace, only with love, only with acceptance. Acceptance of what is in the present. Some days it rains. Some days it's sunny. In the winter, some days it snows. But the warrior just sits, accepting things as they are, not trying to change things, but just being aware, being alive. Now, when you're ready, maybe continuing to rest on the floor or bringing yourself up to a seated position. And dropping into that warrior spirit within. Our breath drawing us back to peace and calm. Let's exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Thanks.